Okay, the recording has begun. So until now we saw what trigonometric ratios are, right? We also found out trigonometric ratios for some important angles like 0, 30, 45, 60 and 90. Right?
Yes, sir.
Now you have to remember all these trigonometric ratios. Okay? The trigonometric ratios of sin theta, cos theta and tan theta for 0 degrees, 30 degrees, 45 degrees, 60 degrees and 90 degrees. In additional to these angles, later you'll come to know the trigonometric ratios of some other angles also, like 37 degrees, 53 degrees, and you will be able to find out trigonometric ratios of some other angles based on these angles, like 15 degrees, 75 degrees and so on. Okay, we'll look at that later. Okay, now we have also seen how to convert degrees into radians, and we have also observed one thing, that the trigonometric ratios of sine and cos have equal values for complementary angles, right? What are complementary angles?
Angles that form 90 degrees.
The angles whose sum is 90 degrees are called complementary angles. For example, if theta is a complementary angle, then 90 minus theta, sorry, if theta is an angle, then 90 minus theta is the complementary angle of theta. Clear? You're getting my point? For example, if you have an angle of 30 degrees, then what is 90 minus 30? 60. So 60 is the complementary angle of 30 degrees. Clear? So tell me, what is the complementary angle of 15 degrees?
75 degree.
75 degrees. And what is the complementary angle of 10 degrees?
80 degrees.
80 degrees.
80 degrees. And what is the complementary angle of 45 degrees?
45 degrees.
45 degrees.
45. Similarly, complementary angle of 0 degrees is 90 degrees and complementary angle of 90 degrees is 0 degrees. And let me tell you one more thing here. If you look at this sin theta and cos theta, actually, in reality, when we write sine, it is actually the short form for this angle. You know? Just give me a second.
Sir, are you sharing your screen?
Yeah, I'm sharing my screen. Please check.
Sir, can you please restart the sharing? I'm not able to say this.
Yeah, just give me a second. Yeah, it is already on sharing. Can others see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
I'll
Yes,
sir.
sir.
just stop it and restart the screen share. Now check and tell if the screen is visible. Now is it visible?
Yes, sir.
The other student who asked?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, the student who asked, can you see the
Sir,
screen?
it is still not visible. I don't know what's happening.
You just check it. You just click and see. Others can see, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
Yes, sir.
You
Yes,
just
sir.
you just check what is the setup on your computer, or one thing you do, you just disconnect and rejoin. I think it will be
Okay, sir.
okay. Anyway, now when we write sine theta, the sine actually is the short form for SINE. Okay, so instead of writing this full sine theta, we write the short form for that, which is sine theta. Okay, so when you say opposite side by hypotenuse, okay, that when you are referring to that trigonometric ratio, you are referring to this trigonometric ratio, SINE. And when you are writing cos, cos is actually short form for cosine. Cos is actually short form for cosine.
sir.
Now, can you see the connection in the names of sine and cosine? How are sine and
Yes.
cosine related? So
Yes,
there is a co in front of sine, because cosine is nothing but equal to the what? Cosine of an angle is equal to the sine of the
Complementary angle
complementary
of
angle. it is equal to the sine of the complementary angle. We know that cos theta is equal to sine of 90 minus theta. So here is the connection in the name. This is the sine angle, this is the cosine angle. Now because cosine of something is equal to sine of its complementary angle, the name, the root of the name or the origin behind the name is that. Okay, because they are complementary angles of these trigonometric ratios are equal to each other. That's why cosine is actually complementary of sine. That's why it is called cosine. Similarly, we know that complementary of tan is what? Cot, right?
Cotton.
It is cot theta, right? So basically, tan theta is actually equal to cot of 90 minus theta. Okay. So actually, when you write tan is the shortcut for tangent. Tan is the shortcut for tangent. Okay. So instead of writing tangent theta, we write tan theta. Okay. And what do you think is cot? What do you think the full form of cot is?
Cotangent.
Tangent.
It is cotangent. It is cotangent. Clear? You are getting my point. So there
Yes,
is
sir.
some connection between the names, and actually there is also story where these names sine and all came from. Actually the origins are hazy. When they translated books from Arabic to Latin after the Renaissance, there were some mistakes in translation. That's why the name sine arrived, the name tangent arrived, the name cosine arrived. I'll tell you the story someday later. So basically you have to remember all these trigonometric ratios. Clear? Of 0,
Yes,
30, 45, 60 and 90. We have seen one thing, that sine of theta is equal to cos of 90 minus theta. Cos of theta is equal to sine of 90 minus theta. Tan of theta is equal to cot of 90 minus theta. And cot of theta is equal to tan of 90 minus theta. Similarly, we have the relationship between secant and cosecant also. Secant and cosecant are have equal ratios for complementary angles. Clear? Okay. Now let me go to one very important thing, and here was the proof that we discussed. Okay, the reason why sine of theta is equal to cos of 90 minus theta. Why? Because for theta, whatever is the opposite side becomes the adjacent side for the complementary angle. Clear? Can you see that?
yes, sir.
And whatever is the adjacent side for theta will become what? Opposite side for its complementary angle. Clear? That's why sine and cos are equal for the complementary angles. Are you getting my point? So
Yes,
I
sir.
have
Yes,
written
sir.
in the color coding what is opposite and what is adjacent to theta in green, and I have written in pink what is opposite and what is adjacent to 90 minus theta. Clear? Okay, fine. So this thing we already discussed. Now let me discuss one more important thing. Can you see this point x comma y in the Cartesian plane? This is a point.
Yes, sir.
This is some point P in Cartesian. This is some point P in the Cartesian plane. Now, can you tell me what is the relationship between x, y, and r? There are many relationships between x, y, and r. That means x, y, and r can be related through trigonometric ratios, as well as there is one more relationship between x, y, and r. Can anyone guess what that relationship is?
Slope and inter.
No, my question is, just listen to me. So x, y, and z
Sir,
are
R is equals to y plus x.
very good, very good. Tell me, r is equal to
Y plus
no,
x.
no.
Root of
How
x
is r
square
equal to
plus
y plus y? So r is equal to root of x square plus y square. Remember? Why?
Yes, sir.
Where did you get that from?
Pythagoras.
You got that from Pythagoras theorem. Clear? So I'll tell you one thing. If x comma y are given, if x comma y are given, that means what are given? Cartesian Cartesian coordinates are given. So just let me write it down again. So what did I say? If x comma y are given, can you please switch off your mic? There is a disturbance. Yeah, if you have any doubt, you can just unmute and ask. Okay, otherwise you can keep it off. Okay, so if x comma y are given, so what are given? Cartesian.
Cartesian coordinates.
Coordinates.
If Cartesian coordinates are given, we can find polar coordinates. We can find
Polar coordinates.
This is extremely important in physics. The whole physics is based on this. For 2 years you will see this coming again and again. So listen very carefully. We can find polar coordinates. So what are polar coordinates basically? Magnitude,
Magnitude and direction.
r, and
Direction.
theta. So if you know what I'm saying is, if x and y is given, we can find the values of r and theta. Now value of r is very easy. Tell me what is value of r? R is equal to
Root of x square plus
X
Square.
so it is under root of x square plus y square. So r is very easy. Where did you get this from? From
Pythagoras theorem.
from Pythagoras theorem. And I can find the value of theta also. So if you look at this right angle triangle, how are y and x related to theta? How are y and x related to theta? So y is which side?
Opposite.
Opposite to
Very good.
the angle.
Very good. Very good.
X.
And what is x?
Adjacent.
Adjacent side.
Adjacent to the angle.
Now tell me which trigonometric ratio relates opposite and adjacent side?
So tan.
Tan theta. Very good. So I can write this. So listen carefully what I'm doing. Now because I know x and y are adjacent and opposite sides, therefore can be related through tan theta. Do you agree?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
So tell me what should I write? Therefore tan theta
Y upon X.
equals to
Equal.
y by
Y
x.
by
Y by X.
Do you agree?
Yes, sir.
sir.
So from this I will conclude that theta is equal to, so when tan goes that side, just bear with me, you'll understand slowly. So when tan goes that side, or when trigonometric ratios goes that side, then what will we get? We'll get tan inverse. So it is tan inverse of y by x. Now don't worry what inverse means. I'll just explain what inverse means. So if I write down few examples, you'll understand exactly what inverse means. So see. Yeah, tell me. Any doubt?
Sir, can you write this 1 by 10?
Your voice is not clear. Just tell me again. Yeah, tell me.
Can we write it as 1 by 10?
No. This is not 1 by
X by
10.
Y.
Tan inverse is different. I'll explain what tan inverse is. It is not 1 by 10. See, you're not sending tan theta that side. You are just sending tan that side. So it is called tan inverse. I'll explain what tan inverse is. Just bear with me. So you'll understand if I write some examples. See, for example, you know
1
sine
by
theta,
10.
you know that sine 30 degrees is what, 1 by 2, right?
Yes, sir.
So the meaning of inverse trigonometric ratio is, just bear with me, I'll just write down here. When you write sine inverse of 1 by 2, then you have to write 30 degrees. Clear? For example, one more example. You know, what is cos 45 degrees?
1 by root 2.
1 by root 2.
1 by root 2.
So I'll explain how it turns out to be in cos inverse. Actually, you tell me. Cos inverse of 1 by root 2 is
45 degree is equal to 45 degree.
45 degrees. So this is the meaning of sine inverse and cos inverse. Okay. Now remember, when you are writing sine and cos, you use small letters. But when you are writing sine inverse and cos inverse, you use capital letters. You are getting my point?
Okay, sir.
Okay. I'll write two more examples. You'll understand. Now tell me. What is tan 30 degrees?
1 by root 3.
1 by root 3. Tan 30 is 1 by
Root 3.
root 3. So when I write tan inverse, okay, so tan in when I write tan inverse, I should write capital letter. Okay, so tan inverse of 1 by root 3 is
30 degrees.
30 degrees.
30 degrees.
Now the thing is, you can either follow the unit of degree, or you can follow the degree of unit of radian also. So your calculator, everybody's calculator, if you see, it has a button there, and the button is called mod button. You know, a mod button. Okay, so the calculator can be set in degrees as well as in radians. You are getting my point? Every calculator can be set in either degrees or in radians. You are getting my point?
Radian.
Okay, let me explain what I'm trying to say.
Yes.
So here, if you have a calculator, see, if I write here tan inverse of root 3, so let me write down what is, tan inverse of root 3. So let me write down root 3. What answer do you expect? Tell me.
60 degrees.
60 degrees. Very
60.
good. Okay, let us see what I get. So we got 60 degrees. Clear? You are getting my point?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, let me ask you one more question. So if I write sine inverse of root 3 by 2, sine inverse of root 3
By
okay, root 3 by 4, let me write, it will become root 3 by 2, right? So anyway, so let me divide it by 2. So what do you expect? Again 60 degrees, right? So
60 degrees.
Okay, so I got 60 degrees. Now I can set the calculator in radians also. I can set the calculator in radians also. So here, if you go to settings in any calculator, there will be angle unit here. Can you see angle unit in the second line? That angle unit
Yes,
is
sir.
set on degrees. That means my calculator is on what? It is on degrees. Do you agree?
Yes, sir.
Now that calculator can be set on what? It can be set on radians also. It can be set on radians also. Can you see?
Yes,
yes,
sir.
sir.
So if you take any calculator, you open the calculator of your phone, there will be a button called RAD or DEG. Okay. When the calculator is showing DEG, your answers will be in degrees. When calculator is set in radians, your answers will be in radians. Do you understand my point?
Yes, sir.
So there will be two setups for any calculator. You take any calculator, even the physical calculator that you get, scientific calculator that you get in, handheld calculators that you get. On that also there will be a button which will set the calculator either on degree or in radians. So there will be a small display at the top. Okay, it will show you that calculator is either on degree or in radians. Now let me go back. Let me go back to this thing. Okay. So these are the settings. So let me go back to this thing. Okay. Now the calculator is set on what? It is set on radians, right?
Radian.
So let us see what our answer is. What the answer is. Let us see. So let me just cut it. Okay. Now tell me. Tan inverse of root 3, right? We need tan inverse of root 3, right? So I'm going to tan inverse and I'm writing root 3. So this is root 3. So what answer are you expecting? Okay,
60.
it is still in
5/3.
degree. I'm converting into radians, and I think I should convert it into this thing. Okay. Now let me go back to settings. Okay, general. Okay, fine. Everything is done. Okay. Now let me go back to our this thing. So, see, what are you getting the answer in?
6 radians.
You are getting answer in radians, but it is 1.0432 radians, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
72.
1.0472. 1.0472. But tell me, according to you, what is the tan inverse of root 3 in radians?
Pi by 3.
Pi by 3.
Answer is 60 degrees, and 60 degrees is equal to pi by 3. Do you agree?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
So
sir. Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
our answer should be pi by 3, right? So let me see. Pi by 3.
Yes,
What is
sir.
pi by 3? Pi divided by 3. See, what did you get?
Same.
1.0472. Are you getting my point?
Yes, sir.
So pi by 3 is 1.0472 and my answer is also 1.0472. Now let me go to one more thing. Okay. So tell me what will be the sine inverse of 1. What will be the value of sine inverse of 1?
90 degree.
Very good.
90 degrees.
Sine inverse of 1 is 90 degrees. So let us see what is sine inverse of
Pi
1. So
Pi by 2.
sine inverse
Pi
of
by
1
2.
is pi
Pi by
by
2.
2. Can you see that value is pi by 2 actually? 1.5708. Pi, because 3.14, right? Pi is 3.14. Half of that is 1.57. Are you getting my point? So let me
Yes,
check.
sir.
Pi by 2. Pi by 2
Yes,
is
sir.
what? 1.57. Okay, I'll ask you one more question. Tell me, what will be the value of sine inverse of 1 by root 2?
30 degree.
45 degrees.
45.
Pi
It will be
30 degree.
45
6.
degrees.
Pi by 6.
It will be
Pi by
45.
4.
It will be 45
Pi by
degrees.
4.
So it is pi by
4.
4 radians. It will be pi by 4 radians. So can you see? It is pi by 4. Let us check what pi by 4 is. Pi divided by 4. So it is correct. You are getting my point.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Now
sir.
if I set it to, if I make the setting to degrees again, I'll get the answers again in what? I'll get the answers in degrees.
Degrees.
Okay. Can you see? The answers are in degrees.
Yes.
So these are not checked. Let me see. Okay. Anyway, if you check this, these are the old answers. Now if I do it again, I'll get answer in degree. So sine inverse of say 1. If I write, what are you expecting?
90 degree.
90 degrees.
90 degree. Very
Pi
good.
by 2.
Okay, I'm checking one few more things. So tell me what will be the cos inverse of 1?
0 degree.
0 degrees.
0 degrees. Very good. Very good. Very good. Okay. Tell me what will be the value of cos inverse of 1 by 2?
60
60
degrees.
degree.
30 degree.
No.
30 degrees.
It is 60 degrees.
60 degree.
60 degrees.
So cos inverse of 1 by 2. You have to remember. Okay. You have to remember perfectly. Otherwise, you cannot do physics for the next 2 years. You should be very, fluent with the values of all the trigonometric ratios. You should be able to tell, trigonometric ratios as well as inverse trigonometric ratios. Okay, clear? because you'll be learning
Yes,
more
sir.
things. So you'll be learning more things. Now, is the concept of inverse clear for you now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So inverse is not 1 by. Inverse is inverse function. For example, if a function is square, inverse of square function is a square root function. Are you understanding my point?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Later we will see something like logarithms and all. We'll see. So in that you will understand that a logarithm is an inverse of exponential function. All those things you will see later. Okay. Anyway, so what did we learn just now? If the value of x comma y is given, we can find the value of r and theta. Are you understanding?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. That means if Cartesian coordinates are given, you can find out the polar coordinates. That means you can find out the magnitude as well as direction from the values of x. Do you agree?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And the reverse is also true. What is the reverse of that? You can find the values in the other way around. You can find the values other way around. That means, let me write down. If the values of polar coordinates are given, tell me if the values of
Polar coordinates are given.
the polar coordinates. You can find out what?
Cartesian coordinates.
Very
Cartesian.
good. You can find Cartesian coordinates. So in other words, if r comma theta are given,
Then we can find the value of
X,
magnitude and direction.
we can find
X and Y.
x comma y. Do you agree?
Yes,
Yes.
Sir.
Now,
Yes, sir.
now if you look at this trigonometric ratios, sin theta is y by r, cos theta is x by r. Do you agree?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So what is sin theta? It is y by r. What is cos theta?
X by Y.
X by r. It is x by r. Therefore, you can find out the values of x and y from theta and r. So what is y? Tell me. Y is equal to r sin theta and x is equal to r cos theta.
R cos
Yeah.
theta.
So where did you get
Yes,
this?
sir.
Where did you get this from? You actually got this by just taking r this side. So y is equal to r sin theta and x is equal to r cos theta. Are you getting my point?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So let me summarize what I just found out. So I'll put this in boxes because these are very important. So if r comma theta is given, what is value of y? It is
R sin theta.
sin
R.
theta. R comma theta is given. What is value of x? It is r cos theta.
R cos theta.
So the most repeated thing in 2 years that you will see in entire physics will be this. You'll always get this right angle triangle in all the problems. You will get this right angle triangle. So let me just draw this side, this side in green color, hypotenuse in green color. So let me draw a typical triangle. So I'll draw one hypotenuse in green color and I'll draw one long side just for understanding. Okay, I'll draw one long side. I'll draw it in blue color. So I'll draw it in blue color and I'll draw another perpendicular side in pink color. So this is a right angle triangle. Do you agree? Why? Because this is 90 degrees. You can clearly see. Now this is x, this is y, and this is r,
R.
and this angle is theta. This angle is what? Theta. You are getting my point? Now generally theta can be drawn on the other side also, but it is tradition to draw theta here. It is tradition to draw theta here. You can draw theta here also, nothing wrong, but every definition will change now. Okay. Now, whenever you have a situation like this, the side adjacent to theta, the side adjacent to theta, which is x, is always equal to r cos theta, remember. And the side opposite to theta, y, is always equal to r sin theta.
Sine theta.
You're getting my point? Whenever you have a
Yes.
right angle triangle, okay, there will be one hypotenuse. Okay, this hypotenuse is known. This r is known. Now there will be two perpendicular sides. These are also called rectangular components of this r. Later you will know when in vectors. These are also called rectangular components. Why these are called rectangular components? You know, you can take x and draw here. Again, you can take y and draw here by just parallelly moving it. You will get a rectangle. You are getting my point? That's why these
Yes,
x
sir.
and y are called rectangular components. Now, among the two rectangular components, if one makes theta with r, the other will make 90 minus theta with r. The one that is making theta, or the side that is touching theta, is always r cos theta, and the side that doesn't touch theta, okay, there is one perpendicular side that will not touch theta, that is always r sin theta. I'm repeating my statement. Listen carefully. Whenever you have this triangle, okay, now what are given in this triangle? R and theta is given. Okay, r and theta is given. Are you getting my point? So r and theta is given, and x and y are to be found out. Clear? X and y we have to find out. So what is x? X is a side which is adjacent to theta, and the side which is adjacent to theta, or the perpendicular side that is adjacent to theta, is always r cos theta. Clear? And the perpendicular side that is opposite to theta is always r sin theta. Are you getting my point?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So this is extremely important. Extremely important. This is the thing that will be coming again and again and again in physics. For 2 years continuously, this will come in every chapter. In every problem, you'll get this. Almost, at least I can say in 70% of the problems you'll encounter this. Clear? Okay. Let me go the other way around. I'm taking this, copy, paste. Now, I will ask you, you tell me. This time, x and y are given. I need to find out r and theta. You tell me what is r and what is theta. Tell me.
Sir, r is equals to cos theta by x.
No.
R is equal to under root x square plus y square.
See. The thing is r equal to. See, theta is not given. You are getting my point. Theta is not given. Only x and y is given. Okay. So I cannot have my answer in terms of theta. I should have my answer only in terms of x and y. You are getting my point.
Yes, sir.
So tell me what is r.
R is equal to under root x square plus y square.
R is equal to under root of x square plus y square. You are getting my point. Why? Because only x and y are given. Theta is not given. So I cannot write my answer in terms of theta. Okay. So tell me what is theta equal to.
Tan theta is equal to y by x.
Okay. So if tan theta is equal to y by x, what is theta equal to?
Tan inverse
of x by y by x.
Tan inverse.
सर आपने म्यूट रखा है.
So your voice is
Now
not
tell me.
clear.
Yeah. Now is it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now if if x comma y is known, we can find r comma theta. So what is r equal to under root of x square plus y square, and what is theta equal to tan inverse of 5 by x? So tell me, if 5 by x is 1, if 5 by x is 1, what will be theta?
90 degree.
No,
45.
No, sir, 45 degree.
it will be 45 degrees. It will be 45 degrees. Clear?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
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 Now if 5 by x
Yes,
is
sir.
1 by root 3, if 5 by x is 1 by root 3, what will be theta?
30 degree.
30 degrees. Very good.
30
If,
degree.
if y by x is 0, what will be theta?
0.
0.
0. Why?
Zero
Because
degree.
tan 0 is 0. You are getting my point, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
So that means we have two situations generally. First situation is x and y is given. We have to find out r and theta. Second situation is the other way around. That means what? R and theta are given and you have to find out x and y. Okay. So these situations come again and again in physics. Okay. So this is extremely important. This thing will be the most repeated thing in your physics throughout the course. You are getting my point?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay, fine. So this is extremely important. Next, one more important concept I'm going to tell you. Now tell me, is the earth spherical or flat?
So spherical.
Everybody knows that it's spherical. Okay,
Spherical.
at least every normal human being accepts that the earth is spherical. But the thing is, when you see, it doesn't appear spherical for you. It appears what? It appears
Flat.
it appears flat. Now, why do you think that the earth appears flat to us?
Flat.
Why do you think the earth appears flat to us?
Sir, because
Because we can only
Earth is
see
pretty
a
large and we
limited
can see only one portion of the Earth.
We are looking at very small portion of the earth. That's why the earth appears flat. And we are very, we are not very tall organisms. Our height is very small compared to the radius of earth. So what happens is we can't perceive the curvature of the earth. So it will appear flat to us. The best example is, see, for example, if you have a circle, so this is your circle. Now this circle is what? You can clearly see. This circle is what?
Sir.
Yeah. So
2D.
you have this circle. Okay. Now this circle is clearly appearing as a circle for you. Can you see that? But what will
Yes,
happen?
sir.
What will happen? What will happen if I increase the radius? What will happen if I increase the radius? What will happen?
The size of the circle
the,
will
sphe-
increase.
the sphere gets larger.
Yeah. The circle. This is not a sphere. This is circle. Sphere is 2D. Circle is 3D. You are getting my point? If I am increasing the radius, what
Yes,
is
sir.
happening? See, if I am increasing the radius, so I am increasing the radius. So if I am increasing the radius, what is happening?
It appears flat.
Flat.
It appears as a straight line. Can you see that?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So the point is this: whenever you are looking at a small portion of a big circle, it almost appears straight line.
Yes,
It almost appears like a straight line. You are getting my point?
Yes, sir.
Let me demonstrate once more. So this is your circle. So look at this point D. Suppose you are standing at this point D. If the circle is small compared to your height, you can see that it is spherical. But if the radius of circle is so big, what will you think when you are standing at point D? You will think that you are standing on a straight line, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine, very
Yes,
good.
sir. Almost.
Yeah, almost it looks like a straight line. Now, if you look at this, right angle triangle here, when theta becomes very small, now I haven't drawn very small because if I draw very small, you cannot see anything. But imagine if this theta becomes very small, how will the arc length be? How will this arc length?
Straight.
It
It will
will
almost appear straight. You look at this small part. Okay, if you look at this very small part, okay, you look at this part, very small part. Is it appearing straight for you?
Almost, sir.
Almost. Very good. So the thing is the arc length. If you have an angle, So angle is defined by what? Arc length and radius, right?
Yes, sir.
Here the radius is r, arc length is l, green colored is arc length. Now what will happen if this theta will become very small? First thing,
Arc length
the arc will become a straight line, almost. Do you
Yes,
agree?
sir.
Yes, sir.
And
Yes,
one
sir.
more thing, you imagine that y will become equal to l if theta will become small. Can you see that?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
For example, if angle is very big, like this, suppose angle is very big, then there is a very big difference between the opposite side y and arc length l. Can you see that?
Yes, sir.
So this is the y, this is the arc length. So there is a big difference between arc length and radius. Now what will happen if you are keeping on decreasing the value of angle? The arc length and the opposite side are almost becoming equal. Are you getting my point?
Yes, sir.
So as theta becomes smaller and smaller, the value of L will become equal to value of Y. And not only that, L will also become a straight line for very small angle theta. Is it clear?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
And what will happen to the value of R and X? They also will become equal. Why? Because R will coincide with X for a small angle. This R will coincide with
Yes,
X
sir.
for a small angle. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So if theta is small, there are two things happening. One is y is equal to L. Second thing is x is equal to R. So these two things are happening. You can visualize that and understand that very well, I hope, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Clear
sir.
na? Okay. Now we all know that theta is arc length by radius. That is the definition of theta. But it will
Yes,
give you
sir.
angle in which units? It will give angle in which unit?
Radians.
It will give it in. It will give you in radians. Very good. You'll get angle in radians. Very good. Very good. Now tell me, if theta is in radians, it is defined as its arc length by radius. Now what is sin theta? Opposite side by radius. And what is tan theta? It is opposite side by adjacent side. I have written all those ratios in the boxes. Can you see?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now
Yes, sir.
if theta is small, what is theta equal to? L by R. Can you see that?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Theta is
sir.
equal
Arc
to L
length
by R.
by radius.
Yes, sir.
But we know that if theta is small, L and Y are equal.
Yes,
So I
sir.
can write L
Yes, sir.
in place of L. I can write Y.
Yes, sir.
So L by R will be equal to Y by R.
Y by R.
And we know that R is equal to X. So Y by R is also equal to Y by X.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
That means what? That means what? L by R is equal to Y by R is equal to Y by X. All these three things will be what? Equal. All these three things will be equal.
Equal.
When theta is small. Only when theta is small. Otherwise it's not true. Otherwise it's not true. Do you agree?
Yes, sir.
So this is extremely important thing. Even this thing you will use many times in your physics. Remember this very well. When theta is small and measured in radians, then theta is equal to sin theta is equal to tan theta. Why? Because L by R is theta, Y by R is sin theta, and Y by X is tan theta. We just prove that these three are equal. That means what? Theta is equal to sin theta is equal to tan theta. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
And this is true only if you are measuring angle in what? In
It's
radians.
small.
Radians.
Radians, and it should be small, of course, but you should measure angle in radians. If you measure angle in degrees, then this is not true thing. This is not true. Clear? Let me explain what I am trying to say. So here calculator, is it set up on degrees or radians? So let me just first set it up in radians. Now when I am setting the calculator on radians, then what do you expect here now? Our identity to be true, right? So अपनी जो identity है वो it should what? Be satisfied. That means what? If I write sine of a small angle, So settings, let us just check it once again. So radians is in, sorry, units of angles are in radians. Let me increase the number of decimal places to 5. Okay. Now let me check. So tell me what will be sine of small angle. Tell me one small angle.
1 degree.
Not
0.05.
No. See, don't tell in
10.
degrees. Don't tell in
10
degrees.
degrees.
Tell me in radians. So we are writing angles in radians here. So I'm writing a small number, say 0.001. Correct? So what answer do you
Yes, sir.
expect if I write 1 here? 0.001. Same thing, right? Because theta will be equal to sine theta. Are you getting my point?
Yes, sir.
So let me write one more 0.0001. So what answer did you get? Same answer.
0.0001.
Okay, very good. Now let me just check for tan. Let me just check for tan. Tan of 0.001. 0001. What do you expect?
0.0001.
0.0001.
Okay, we got this.
0.0001.
We got this. Clear? Now, suppose the angle is not very small. Will those values be equal?
No, sir.
No. Let us check.
No,
No.
sir.
Let us put one little bit bigger angle. So let me put 0.1. Okay. So sine of 0.1. Do you expect answer to be 0.1?
No, sir.
No, sir.
So
No.
we don't know whether it is 0.1 is a small angle or not, but 0.1 is obviously not very small angle. So let us check. So what did we get? 0.0998.
0.0998.
983.
Okay, fine. Let me put in tan of 0.1. Okay. So again, tan of 0.1 is 0.1033. That means if angle is not very small, then the values of sine and tan are not exactly equal. Are you getting my point?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So let me write one bigger angle. Say sine of 1. That will not this see sine of 0.1 is at least almost equal, if not equal, right? But if you take very big angle, then it will not be equal at all. Are you getting my point? Not even approximately.
Yes, sir.
So let us see what sine of 1 is. Sine of 1. See, there is a lot of difference. So let us check what tan of 1 is. Okay? Tan of 1. So let me check what is tan of 1. Tan of 1. So see, there is a large difference. Can you see that?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Let me check tan of 1.5. Tan of, not here. In the next this thing. Tan of, what are you expecting tan of 1.5? Tell me.
2 something.
So
Sir,
1.5 is nearly pi by 2, right? Can you understand that?
Yes, sir.
So what is tan 90? It is very big number, right? Clear? Like infinity, near infinity, right? So let us check tan of 1.5. See, what did you get? 14 something. You got a big number, right?
Yes, sir.
So tan of 1.7 I'll check. 3 point, okay, 3.14, right? Can anybody tell me what is half of 3.14?
1.57.
1 point?
57.
Okay, let us check what is tan of 1.57. Tan of 1.57. See, you're getting a very big number. Can you see that?
Yes, sir.
So compared to 1.57, it is huge number. Clear? Okay. Now this is all well and good. So here you are understanding something. What you are understanding? When the value of theta is very small, then sine theta and theta are equal. You can see that here, right? See here.
Yes,
When,
sir.
when theta is very small, sine theta, this is
Sir?
sine theta. This is the value of sine theta. And this is the value of theta inside brackets. Both are equal. Can you see that?
Sir, it cannot be happen in the case of a degree, sir.
No, it will not happen in the case of degree. Why? Because just now, how did we prove? Using arc length by radius we proved, right? So in fact,
sir.
in degrees it is given, you have to convert it into radians and see. You are getting my point?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Let me
Yes,
explain
sir.
what I am trying to say. Let me explain. So this you understood, right? This thing you understood, right? When theta is small, sine theta will be, this is sine theta, will be equal to value of theta. This is theta. Tan theta, so this is tan theta, will be equal to value of theta. Are you getting my point?
Yes, sir.
And as the value of theta will increase, that equality will become more and more different, or there will be no more equal. You are getting my point? So near 0.1 it is almost 0.1 but not exactly 0.1. You are getting my point?
Yes, sir.
So here also it is almost equal but not exactly equal. And when
Yes, sir.
theta becomes very big, obviously there is no comparison. Okay, the values will drift apart. You are getting my point?
Yes, sir.
Now let me see what will happen if the calculator is you know it is set on what? It is set on
Degree.
degrees. Let us see if when the calculator is set on degrees, that will not be true. Let me show you. So anyway, so let me show you. So now it is set in degrees. Can you see? Now I'll write sine of 0.001. 0001, right? 01. Now if I write down, what is the answer?
0.
It is 0.
0.
For example, if I take a bigger angle, sine of, let's say, 0.01, 0.001, 0.001. See, what are you getting?
0.00002.
0.0002.
Okay, let me see one more angle, little bit bigger angle, 0.01. See, what are you getting?
0.00017.
0.0017 you are getting. Do you get the point? No, actually, you know where you got this value of 0.0017 from? Actually, when you convert 0.01 degrees into radians, you will get 0.00017 radians. You are getting my point?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
So
Degrees are converting into
when you convert degrees into radians, 0.01 degrees into radians, what should I do? I should multiply by pi and divide by 1. Sorry, I should multiply by pi
180.
divide by 180, right? Divide by
180.
180. See, what did I get?
0.
0.0017. That means if you convert degrees into radians, then this relationship will be true. Otherwise, it won't be true. You are getting my point?
Yes, sir.
Okay, clear? Don't worry, you will come across this many times and this will become very familiar to you. The main thing is to have proper understanding. Okay, so pay attention to understanding. About
Sir,
remembering things, yeah,
sir, can I suggest a number?
yeah,
Sir,
tell me.
in degrees.
7
Sir,
degrees.
sine 0 point.
Yeah, tell me first. Let us write down what is sine 7 degrees. Okay, sine 7 degrees. Okay, so sine 7 degrees is this. You are getting my point?
Yes, sir.
So this is sine 7 degrees. Clear?
Yes,
Now,
sir.
if I convert 7 degrees into radians, what will it be? 7 into pi
By 180.
By 180.
divided by
180.
180. What did you get? Almost the same number, not exactly, because 7 degrees is not very small. Okay. Now, what is a small angle for us? So, generally less than 5 degrees you can consider as a small angle, generally, in physics. You are getting my point?
Yes, sir.
So if
Yes,
it is
sir.
if angle is more than 5 degrees, then we don't consider angle as small. So let me write down what is check what is sine of 5 degrees. Okay, sine of 5 degrees. So sine of 5 degrees is this. So let me convert 5 degrees into radians. So 5 into, tell me, pi by
5
5 by
180.
5 divided by
180.
180.
So what did we get? 0.87. 2. We got
Point
0.872, right?
0.872.
Now, generally what we do, we generally see up to 3 digits and leave, right? Now, if I round it off up to 3 digits after the decimal point, what will
Yes,
I get?
sir.
0.087. Here also I'll get 0.087.
It's
So for 5 degrees and less, you'll get the same value. Okay, that means 5 degrees is a small angle in physics when you generally approximate, because we generally are interested only up to 3 points after the decimal place. More than 5 degrees, you do not consider it as a small angle. You will understand that when you come across, chapters like simple harmonic motion and all in the future. Clear? You are getting my point?
Yes, sir.
So
Yes,
the
sir.
so the thing you have to take home from here, most important thing is what? When theta is small, then the value of theta, sine theta, and tan theta is equal.
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 And the thing to be careful is what? Okay, what should you be careful about? You should be careful about the fact
That
Okay, let me-
angle is
It would
smaller
be
and radian.
That theta is small.
Than in
yeah,
radians.
theta is small, of course. That is the thing we are talking about. But
And it should be measured in radians.
very good. It should be measured in radians. For this relationship to hold good, theta must be measured in radians.
Sir,
Yeah.
so you said that sine 0.0001 rad
Mm.
is equal to 0.0001,
Yeah.
right? Sir,
Yes.
what if we convert 0.0001 rad into degrees?
It will be how much? Into 180 by pi, right?
Yes, sir. I converted it. It's a large number. I guess irrational also.
Yeah, it is irrational, but you'll get a value anyway. So here, if you convert, so let me just clear this. What are you converting?
Sir, 0.0001 rad into degrees.
Okay, 0.0001. This is the number, right?
Yes, sir.
Into degrees you are converting. So you have to multiply by 180 and divide by pi.
Pi.
So this is this number, 0.005573. Are you getting my point?
Yes, sir.
Now, if I take the sign of that, if I take the sign of this, now the calculator is set on degrees, right? If I take the value, sign of this number, what is this number? Tell me, 0.00
573.
573. What answer do you expect? Tell me.
Sir, I guess something near 574 or
No. You will get 0.0001. 0.0001. You are getting my point. See, 573. What are you getting? 0.001. Why? Because calculator is set on degrees. You are getting my point? That means the calculator will take that bracket as degrees. It will not take that bracket as radians. You are getting my point?
yes, sir.
Now, if the calculator is set on radians, then sine of 0.00573 will be equal to 0.00573 only. Let me show you. If it is set in radians, so if I take the sine value now, or the sine of 0.00573 now, I'll get approximately 573. You are getting my point?
Yes, sir.
So in the second equation, the calculator was set on degrees. In the third equation, calculator was set in radians. Are you getting my point?
Yes, sir.
That's why that degree symbol is not appearing here. Can you see?
Yes, sir.
Here,
It's not.
let me just show you here. This thing. Here degree symbol is appearing. That means it is taking this as degrees. But here the degree symbol is not appearing. Can you see?
Yes, sir.
And why no symbol is coming? Because I have told you that radian is a dimensionless quantity actually. So that's why no units are appearing. This is computerized, right? So it will consider the dimensions, and he has not written degrees, radians. You are getting my point? Okay. Let us come back to this now. So this is very important thing. Keep in mind, understand it. You understand what the difference between radians and degrees is, and you understand that theta is equal to sin theta is equal to tan theta only when theta is small and theta is measured in radians. Clear?
Radian.
Okay.
Yes,
Fine.
sir.
Fine. Now, see. So I have written here what sin theta is, what cos theta is, what tan theta is again, and I have also written what the value of r is. So let me just correct it. This is not x. This is r. Now I have told you that that point can be in any coordinate, right? So this is the Cartesian plane. So our point x comma y can be in first quadrant. It can be in second quadrant. It can be in third quadrant, or it can be in fourth quadrant. Correct? So depending on that, if the point is in first quadrant, theta will be between 0 degrees and 90 degrees. Agreed?
Yes, sir.
If the point
Yes,
is in
sir.
second quadrant, theta will be between 90 degrees and
90
180
degrees
degrees.
and 180 degrees.
180
If the
degrees.
point is in third quadrant, theta will be between 180 degrees and
180 to 360 degrees.
and in fourth quadrant it will be between 270 degrees and 360 degrees. Clear?
360 degrees. Yes,
Okay.
sir.
And see, sin theta is always phi by r, cos theta is always x by r, tan theta is always y by r. Listen carefully here, very carefully, because you will understand lots of things here if you listen carefully. Clear? And what is r equal to? R is equal to under root of x square plus y square. Okay. Now r is always taken as positive. R की value क्या लेते हैं हम लोग? Positive लेते हैं हमेशा. Clear? Now irrespective of x and y, x can be positive or negative, y can be positive or negative. Are you understanding my point? In
Yes,
first
sir.
quadrant, x and y both are
Yes,
positive.
sir.
In second quadrant, x is negative and y is positive. In third, both x and y are negative. In fourth, x is positive and y is negative.
Negative.
I'll explain that. I told you before. I'll explain that again. Don't worry. Now here. Now, yeah. Tell me. Here, what is theta? Tell me. Theta is?
Acute angle.
Acute.
Okay. Theta is between what?
Between
0 degrees
0
and 90
degrees
degrees.
and 90 degrees.
0 degrees and 90 degrees. Which quadrant is this?
First quadrant.
First quadrant.
So first quadrant. So I'll write Q1 here. Okay. And tell me what is x and what is y? Positive, negative, negative. What is it?
Both positive, sir.
Both are positive.
Both are
So
positive.
both are positive.
So I'll write positive, positive. Clear? Or let me write it here.
Yes, sir.
Positive and positive. Clear?
Yes,
Now,
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
what about this angle? Tell me. What about this angle?
Between
So
90 degree and
90
90
and 180.
degrees and 180 degrees.
Negative and positive.
Okay, very good. Okay, fine. Everything is correct. But now let me ask you one question. Can you see that these two triangles are almost similar?
Yes.
Yes,
That
sir.
means the vertical side and horizontal side are of equal size, and hypotenuse is also equal size.
Yes, sir.
That
Yes, sir.
yes, sir.
Sir, your voice is not clear.
yeah, someone just mute their mic. Yeah, no. So this is theta. Do you agree? This angle. Why? Because
Yes, sir.
this angle and this angle are equal, right? Because they are same triangles. So this angle is theta. Do you agree?
Yes, sir.
So that means what is this angle? This will be 180 minus theta. Do you agree?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So this angle is 180 minus theta. Now, where does that point lie?
Sir, in the
So
second
It
quadrant.
is second
I'm
quadrant.
writing one thing here. Theta is an acute angle. Theta is an acute angle. So this angle is 180 minus theta. Now, can you see that x is, so here x is negative. Why? Because the point is on the left side. So x coordinate is negative, and point is above the x-axis. That's why it is on the. It is a
Positive.
positive. Y is positive.
Positive.
Can you see that?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So just let me erase this. So this is Q1 and this is Q2. This is Q2. Now here, this is Q3. The point is lying on the third quadrant. That means x is negative, y is negative. And can you tell me what is this angle, yellow color angle?
Acute angle. Theta means
270 minus theta.
Yeah, it is actually
180
not
plus
270.
theta.
It is 180 plus theta. Can you see that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah, I think I missed some diagrams. Okay. Okay. Anyway, you're getting my point.
yes, sir.
Okay, that angle is 180 plus theta. And what about this angle?
360
360 minus theta.
360 minus theta.
Okay, it is 360 minus theta. Can you see that?
Yes, sir.
And x is positive,
Y is negative.
y is negative. Can you see that?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So,
Yes,
so
sir.
let me introduce you to some other angles here. So this is like which angle? Theta, 180 minus theta, 180 plus theta, and 360 minus theta. So these angles we saw what the situation is. Can you see? Okay. Now let me come to these angles. So here this is theta again. This angle is theta. So theta. This angle is theta. I'll write here theta is acute. Okay. Now can you tell me what is this angle?
Sir, which one?
Okay. This is quadrant 1. Now this is also lying in quadrant 1 only. But what is this white colored angle here? According
90 minus
90
theta.
degree
90 minus theta.
Very good, very good. This is 90 minus theta. Can you see that?
Yes, sir.
Because
Yes.
obviously from 90, if you subtract that, this will be the angle from positive x-axis. Okay. What about this angle? In which,
90
90
plus
plus
theta.
theta.
in which
90.
quadrant? In which quadrant is it lying? Quadrant
Third
2.
Second.
quadrant.
And what is this
Second
angle?
quadrant.
This is 90 plus theta.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine, clear. What about this angle?
180 minus theta.
180 minus theta.
In which quadrant it lies? Q2
Second.
again.
Second.
1 second.
So this is again 180 minus theta, because you can see that if you subtract theta from 180, you will get this angle. Okay. Tell me which quadrant this lies in?
180
Third
plus theta.
Q3.
Third quadrant.
Third quadrant.
So it is 180 plus theta.
Plus theta.
Plus
Very
theta.
good. This also lies in third quadrant. Now
Third
tell me,
quadrant.
Yes, sir.
what is this angle?
170
270 minus theta. 70 minus theta.
This is 270 minus theta if you see,
theta.
because it is theta less than 270. Can you see that?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
In which quadrant this lies?
Fourth
Fourth
quadrant.
quadrant.
And what is that angle?
Fourth quadrant.
270
270 plus theta.
Theta.
270 plus theta. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Again, this also lies in fourth quadrant.
Fourth quadrant.
What is this angle?
270.
270 plus theta.
No.
360 minus
360 minus theta.
360 minus theta.
So just try to see that. It is not 270 plus, it is 360 minus, because you are getting my point, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So anyway, I
Yes.
think I will just erase this, because these things are repeated below, right? I'll just erase this, okay? Because those diagrams are in the. So I'll delete this. So anyway, now we have to make some observations there. If you see, see here, theta is, theta and 90 minus theta lie in first quadrant. Can you see that?
Yes, sir.
And 90 plus theta and 180 minus theta lie in second quadrant. Can you see that?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes.
And 180 plus theta and 270 minus theta lie in third quadrant.
Yes, sir.
And 270 plus theta as well as 360 minus theta lie in fourth quadrant.
Fourth
Yes,
Are you
sir.
clear with that? Okay. I will come back to this. I'll come back to this. Before that, let me tell you one thing. If any point lies in first quadrant, both x and y are positive. Can you see that?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And if x and y lies in second quadrant, then x is negative, y is positive. Can you see that?
Yes, sir.
And in third quadrant, both x and y are negative, and in fourth quadrant, both x and x is positive and y is negative. So the basic thing is anything above y is positive. Anything above this y is positive.
Positive.
Anything below this
Negative.
y is negative. Are you getting my point?
Yes, sir.
And anything on the right of y axis,
It's positive.
x is positive. Anything on the left of y axis,
X
x
is
is
negative.
negative. So based on that, you can write what is positive and negative. Are you understanding my point?
Yes, sir.
So tell me, in first quadrant, what is the range of theta?
0 degrees to 90.
0 degrees to 90 degrees. Very good. In second quadrant, what is the range?
90 to 180. 90 degrees to 180 degrees.
And third is 180 to,
270.
and fourth is
270 to 360.
very good. No, I told you already. Already I told you. So let me just use some other color. Okay. Anyway, so I already told you that R is always positive. I told you, right?
Yes, sir.
Why? Because R is equal to what?
X square plus y square plus
R is equal to.
root of x square.
Square plus y
Under
square.
root x square plus y square.
So irrespective of the values, matlab signs of x and y, it is always positive. So this is always positive. Clear?
Positive. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So R is always positive. Okay. Now tell me about x and y. In first quadrant,
Both are positive. Both of them are positive.
both are positive.
In second, x is negative.
X is negative, y is positive.
In second quadrant, you can see from the diagram above. In second, x is negative and y is positive. Is this 1 second? Screen is visible now.
No. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So basically, in the second quadrant, x is negative, y is positive.
Positive.
In third quadrant, both are negative.
Both are negative.
In fourth quadrant, x is positive.
Y is
Y
negative.
Y is negative.
Okay, fine. Now look at the table. What is sine theta? Sine theta is always y by r, remember? So here, sine theta, cos theta are written. Sine theta is y by r, cos theta is x by r, tan theta is y by x. Remember?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
So
sir.
let us see in first quadrant, what are the signs of these trigonometric ratios? Let us see. So if I see sine theta, anyway, everything is positive here, right? In from 0 to 90. So sine theta will also be positive, cos theta will also be positive, tan theta will also be positive. Do you agree?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Why?
sir.
Because everything is positive by positive. Now in
Yes, sir.
second quadrant, what is sine y by x, right? Sorry, y by r. Y by r. So what is y by r?
Positive.
Positive. So sine is positive. And what is cos?
Negative.
Why? Because it is x by r. So negative to positive is
Negative.
negative. And what is tan?
Negative.
Y by x. Tan is y by x. Tan is negative. Clear? Now in third quadrant, what is sine? Y by R.
R.
So, negative. Right? What is cos? X by R.
Negative.
Negative.
And what is tan?
Negative.
No, negative by negative is
Positive.
Positive.
positive. Clear? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
In fourth quadrant, what is sine? Y by
Negative.
R.
Negative.
Y by R is negative. See,
Negative.
Y by R is negative.
Negative, positive.
And cos is positive because it is X by R. Positive by positive.
Positive.
And what is Y by X?
Negative.
Negative. Clear?
Yes,
So what
sir.
is the conclusion? See, in first quadrant all are positive. In first quadrant all are positive. In second quadrant only sine is positive. In the third quadrant only tan is positive. In the fourth quadrant only cos is positive. So this can be remembered using a mnemonic. All silver teacups. All silver
Teacup.
teacups. What does that mean? In the first quadrant all are positive. In the second quadrant sine for silver. And in the third quadrant tan for tea.
10.
And in the fourth quadrant cos for cups. Okay, so all silver teacups. So that is the reason why in first quadrant all are positive. In second quadrant only sine is positive. In third quadrant only tan is positive. And in the fourth quadrant only cos is positive. Clear? You are getting my
Yes,
point?
sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now let us proceed to one more important thing. See, if you look at these diagrams here, just pay attention and think little bit. Whenever you have angles like 90 minus theta and 90 plus theta, you look at the original triangle that we have. In the original triangle, the horizontal line is, this blue line, big line, and vertical line is small line. Can you see that?
Yes,
And
sir. Yes, sir.
And this green line is hypotenuse. Green line is hypotenuse. Clear? So when you are, writing the angle 90 minus theta, what is happening? The vertical line is becoming big line and the horizontal is becoming small. Can you see that? First horizontal was big. In 90 minus theta, vertical is big. And in theta, vertical line was small. In 90 minus theta, horizontal line is small. Can you see that?
Yes, sir.
So basically what is happening? The value of x is becoming equal to value of y and the value of y is becoming equal to value of x. Can you understand that?
Yes, sir.
For example, here value of x is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and value of y is 2. So the point is what? 7, 2. Clear? But here the value of y is 7 and the value of x is 2. Can you see that? So
Yes, sir.
the point is changing from 7, 2 to 2, 7. Do you agree?
Yes, sir.
That the value of x is becoming equal to value of y and the value of y is becoming equal to value of x. Are you understanding my point?
Yes, sir.
Now when is that happening? That is happening for 90 minus theta, 90 plus theta. Is it happening for 180 minus theta? No. Whenever you have 180 minus theta, this line is big, horizontal line is big, vertical line is small. So basically, just in layman words, first our triangle was in sleeping position. For 90 minus theta, triangle is in standing position. Clear? For 90 plus theta, triangle is in standing position. For 180 minus theta and 180 plus theta, the triangle is still in sleeping position. Can you see that?
Yes, sir.
For 270 minus theta and 270 plus theta, it is in standing position. For 360 minus theta, it is in sleeping position. Clear? Now,
Yes, sir.
our original triangle was in sleeping position, but for 90 minus theta, 90 plus theta, 270 minus theta and 270 plus theta, the triangle is transforming into standing position. You are getting my point? But for angles 180 minus theta, 180 plus theta, 360 minus theta, it is still in sleeping position. Clear? You are understanding my point?
Yes.
So I'll just summarize what is happening. Actually, you can see in diagrams what is happening. So whenever you are having angles like, see, from theta to, if you are converting this angle from theta to either 90 plus theta, sorry, first comes 90 minus theta, then comes 90 plus theta, then comes 270 minus theta, then comes
270 plus theta.
270 plus theta. 270 plus theta. What is happening? Tell me.
It is in standing position.
Yeah, standing position. So what is happening? X is becoming
Y.
Y.
is becoming Y, and Y is becoming
X.
X. So for which angles? For 90 minus theta, for 90 plus theta, for 270 minus theta, for 270 minus theta and 270 plus theta. Correct? Now if sine becomes, see, if X becomes Y and Y becomes X, can I say that, can I claim that sine theta will become equal to?
Cos theta.
Okay, just let me like this. So I can say that sine will become cos. Cos will become
Sine.
sine. That means tan will become
Tan.
cot, and cot will become
Tan.
tan. When will this happen? This will happen only if, you know, we have angles like 90 minus theta, 90 plus theta, 270 minus theta, 270 plus theta. Clear? Okay. Now let me go to the next thing. If theta becomes 180 minus theta, 180 plus theta, 360 minus theta. I didn't write one angle, but if I write
Theta.
it will be same. 360 plus theta. What will happen?
The triangle will be
X will be X. Y will be Y. You are getting my point?
Yes, sir.
For which angles? These angles. So I'll just repeat what I'm trying to say. See, this is the original angle. Can you see that blue line is the horizontal line and pink line is the vertical line?
Yes.
But what is happening for 90 minus theta, 90 plus theta? Blue line is becoming vertical line, pink line is becoming horizontal. That means they are exchanging their values. Same thing for 270 minus theta and 270 plus theta. Can you see? So basically this is a blue line. So this is your blue line. You are getting my point? So originally our blue line was horizontal line. Correct? But here our blue line is vertical line. Here also our blue line is vertical line. Or the big line is vertical line. Originally big line was what? Originally big line was horizontal line. Small line was vertical line. So in 90 minus theta, 90 plus theta, 270 minus theta and 270 plus theta, our big line is becoming vertical line. Clear? And small line is becoming horizontal line. You are getting my point?
Yes, sir.
But whereas for 180 minus theta, 180 plus theta and 360 minus theta, and if you can imagine what 360 plus theta will be, it will be just like our theta only. Clear? In those cases, X will be X and Y will be Y. Can you see that? See, this is in 180 minus theta, still it is a big line. This line is still a small line. Clear? Same thing for 180 minus theta. This blue line is big line, pink line is small line. Clear? See. So blue line is horizontal. Here also blue line is horizontal. Here pink line is vertical. Here also pink line is vertical. Can you see? So that's what I summarized here. Can you see that?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So what do you conclude here? Tell me. Sine will be?
Sine.
Sine. Cos will be
Cos.
cos. Tan will be
Tan.
Tan.
tan, and cot will be
Cot.
cot. You are getting my point?
Yes, sir.
So based on these two concepts, which two concepts? All silver teacups and this concept. So whenever you have odd multiple of, so let me write down here. So sine of odd multiple of 90. Clear? You are getting my point?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Don't worry, tomorrow I'll explain you why this plus or minus is coming. It will be sine theta. Are you getting my point?
Yes, sir.
Sine of 270 plus or minus theta will be plus or minus cos
Cos.
theta.
Cos.
Cos of 270 plus or minus
Plus
theta
minus
will be
theta.
plus or minus
Sine.
sine theta.
Sine.
Let me write down some more things. You tell me. Sine of 180 plus or minus theta will be equal to
Sine theta.
plus or minus
Cos.
sine theta. Okay. Cos of 180 plus or minus theta will be equal to plus or minus
Cos theta.
cos theta. Now tell me, sine of 360 plus or minus theta will be equal to plus or minus
Plus minus sine
theta. Cos of 360 plus or minus theta is equal to plus or minus cos theta. You are
Cos
getting my
theta.
point?
Cos.
So whenever you have, see, this 90 into 1 or 90 into 3, these are odd multiples, right?
Yes, sir.
And 90 into 2 and 90 into 4. What are these?
4. Even.
Even
These
multiple.
are even multiples of 90. Okay. So just let me write down here. What is this? 90 degrees. This is 270 degrees. This is 180 degrees,
180.
and this is
360.
360 degrees. So whenever you have even multiples of 90,
The value will.
so sine will be sine and cos will be cos. Whenever you have even multiples of 90. Whenever you have odd multiples of 90, sine will become cos and cos will become sine. Okay. So
Yes, sir.
we'll discuss about that tomorrow. And tomorrow I will give you two more formulae of sine a plus b, cos a plus b. And then day after tomorrow we can start differentiation. Okay. And after differentiation we can start integration. Clear?
Okay, sir.
So I'll share these notes in the group to just get thorough with whatever I have taught. Become perfect, okay? Because if your basics are
Okay.
strong, you can do well in physics. So shall we end the lecture now?
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you.
sir.
Okay,
Thank you,
thank you.
sir.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you, thank you,
Thank you, sir.
thank you.
Thank